I've got my first find down here, guys. And you know what? That looks like a marble, but it's absolutely tiny. It's a German marble. That's a handmade German marble. It is tiny. There's a name for these tiny ones. I've forgotten. It's an onion skin, the pattern. And oh my goodness, what's it called? All the different sizes have different names. Is it like a pea? It's tiny. That's got to be the tiniest German marble, complete one, that we found. That is not a bad first find. That is absolutely cute as anything. I love it. The tiniest German marble we've ever found for our first find. Well, my first find anyways.
Right, my first find is a clay marble. It's a bit crusty and burnt, but you know, it's a clay marble. What else can we find around here? Oh, it's always exciting, isn't it? You just don't know what the day's going to bring you. Oh, what's this? A chain. Everyone knows I love chains. Look at that. Oh. I hope it stays whole. Sometimes they're a bit too, you know, in too bad a condition. But yeah, I hope that stays whole and cleans up. Fantastic. Great first finds.
Hello!
Okay, so we're back at the rubbish tip doing some tip larking.
Yeah.
And it's another beautiful day.
It's stunning. The most perfect summer? Not quite summer. Spring's day that you could ever wish for, isn't it?
Yeah, we're quite warm actually. I think I'll have to take this coat off.
Yeah.
But we've already spotted a few things, so we can't wait to get going.
We're excited, and we found loads last time. We found a lovely little hole, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
The perfect little hole. So fingers crossed we find just as much this time. So let's do it.
Looks like a lovely little tile. I found one this size before, only a brown one. I just really like them, and they'll go nice set into a garden path, which we will get around to doing, setting pottery and whatnot into the path one day. But yeah, I really like that.
Something curious down here. What's that? It's red. Oh, is it a little lens? Oh, my favourite little lens. A little red lens. Must have gone in like a little lamp or something. That's gorgeous. I love that. You know what? That would make the perfect little jewellery piece, little cabochon in a piece of jewellery. Oh, and down here is also a vulcanite stopper. And on this little mini mountain of things, I'm sure there's lots of other bits and bobs. Let's have a look around here. Let me know if you see anything. Look at this gymongous hole and all the spoil we've got to look in. Oh, and Mum remembers the name of that marble, the little mini marbles. What is it?
Peewee.
Peewee. They're peewee marbles. I've completely forgotten.
Amongst the bits and bobs that the bottle diggers have left, it's a knob, but it's chipped, so I don't think I'll take that. This would have been lovely. Look at that. It's like pansies or something all over it. What a shame. There's another tile here, but that's quite chipped. Might leave that. I don't know. I'm thinking of the path now. Doesn't matter if it's chipped. All sorts of bottles here, which I will not be taking. And a piece of slate. I've found this here before, in this very spot. And I think someone commented it was just a bit of roof slate because it's got this hole in it. But it's not. I mean, roof slate's not finished like this, with the squared off edges and lines scribed into it. So it's definitely a slate that's been used for keeping a tally on, hanging up somewhere, maybe in a factory or a mine or somewhere. They used to actually use these in ship's logs. So yeah, it's not a roof tile. And I think I found one of these last time I was here, but I left it because it was broken, but it's a little dog's head clay pipe. So I think I might keep this one this time.
Clay pipe. I don't think I'm going to take it. It's a bit crusty. But on the bowl we can see it says Glasgow, and it says Christie's Glasgow. There was a big pipe works over in Glasgow. This little teacup would have been so cute. Look, it's got like decoration on it. I've not found one like that before actually. Like a decorated teacup. We've only ever found plain ones, I think. I've come down into that hole. Is that... It is. A little bottle stop. I think it's Eno's bottle stops. They have these like fat bottle stops, aqua coloured. They're quite nice. They're a bit different to the bottle stoppers we usually find. But yeah, down here it doesn't look like there are many tiny things apart from broken pipe bowls, broken glass and broken pottery. So yeah, I think we're gonna move on from here.
What's this? A pipe with a... oh, it's just crisscrossed all over. So yeah, look at that. It's just got the crisscross pattern all over, as opposed to being a heart or a hand. And this, of course, was to strike your match on. Before safety matches, of course, you could just strike your match on any rough surface. So yeah, not found one like that before though. Always seem to find a lot of interesting pipe bowls when we're here.
That looks like it would have been a glazed pipe bowl, which is unusual. Not found one like that before. And I also found a heart pipe. And I've spotted something down here. Spotted this little thing. Oh wait, it's a lion. Oh, I think it may be like a little pewter buckle or something. You see the lion's face? Oh, I like that. The corroded lion face. I might cast that, just that little bit there actually. That's really cool. Must have been a buckle. Another bottle stop. It's a little stumpy wee one actually. Oh look, I think I've just found, I was trying to get in the sun, but the sun's there. It's a tiddlywink. I think it's like a little bone tiddlywink, which is sweet. Sweet little thing. We've got like a tiny little pot with these little tiddlywinks in. But you know what? Over here I spotted something else. Right, I've got to re-spot it now. Okay, I've re-spotted the find. Right, now you've got to... Can you see it? I'll go down and get it. There! It's a leg! It's a little doll's leg. Oh, and it's got a little boot on as well. Like, it's got a little black boot. So that's interesting. We tend to be drawn to the toy finds for some reason. We've got a leg of a doll, which is obviously a toy, and a tiddlywink, which was a game. So games and toys, the kind of finds that I'm very much into.
And my first glass stopper of the day. It's got something written on it, but it's hard to read. It really is. What is it? I can't. Oh, source. Is that no? Well, I'll read it at home. I'll have to read it at home. It's a bone ring here, which were used on babies' dummies or pacifiers, and also on baby bottles. They had sort of tubes coming from the baby bottle with a teat on the end. So yeah, love finding these.
I think I've just found my first bead of the day. There it is. A cute little blue bead. And what's that? Looks very decorative. Actually, it's like the end of something. I don't know, maybe like a ladle or something. But you know what? It's really pretty. It's like lusterware. Like it's got that iridescence to it, to the glaze. That might actually make quite a funky pendant. I'm going to take that. Cool. Right, what else have we got around here? Oh, a random lump of copper alloy.
Another bottle stop. So we're always finding animal teeth, but we don't often find them still in the jaw. Well, almost still in the jaw. But look at the size of those. I think cow's teeth. Oh, a knob. Keep that one. Someone has been digging out a lot of bottles. There have been some baby bottle diggers here. Or have the bottle diggers just been taking their kids' toys?
There's a hole here between the trees. It's magical. I don't know if Mum's already been in here or not, but well, we're about to have a look ourselves. Nope, nothing in there. Wow, look at all of this. We've got a whole selection here that diggers left behind, including some teapot lids. Oh, and you know what? That one, oh, it's got a tiny chip there. But you know what? That's mostly whole. I might take that one. This is a foot warmer or a hot water bottle. Broken, obviously. That's cracked. Lovely, lovely bottles. Not anything we're interested in though. I think there must have been a baby bottle digger here, look.
Tiny little pot here. And I love the crazed surface. And it has something on the bottom. It is cracked, but I might just take that because it's small. It's an ear. I'll have to keep it.
So we've just moved over to a new area and I've just found a grey button, or a bay grutton, and this plant pot, which I just kind of flinged up out of the ground, and it's got a bit of a chip, but it's mostly whole, so I'm going to take that. Absolutely. And this is quite a big area. We've searched it before though, so fingers crossed we find some goodies here.
Look at the size of that glass stopper. That's insane. If it hadn't been broken, I'd have taken that. That is massive, off some big chemical jar or something. What a shame.
So I found this marble. It was covered. I wish I'd filmed it. It was covered in this like crust. Yeah, it was covered in that. And I like broke it off and there's like this really knackered cod marble underneath. That must be the outer layer of the glass, which is just absolutely
degraded.
Yeah, it's been burnt. And Mum's literally, as we were talking, found this little curio.
I don't know what it is. It's like a little dial or something.
Yeah, it's like a little gauge of something.
It's got like cloth around it.
Oh.
It's been in something like
I wonder.
a wallet or something. Look, it's...
What does it say?
I don't know. What does that say?
ATM, and then something on the other side. And it's got, I think it's got something written underneath, like a maker, I think.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Wonder what that is.
That could be an interesting find. We should definitely
It's like
clean
a
that
little
up.
dial off something.
Yeah,
isn't
it is like a little dial.
Little gauge.
Gauge, yeah. Cool. It's very steampunk looking, isn't it?
Alex has found a clay marble down here.
It's
it looks
hiding.
quite nice.
It's a lovely shiny one.
Yeah, that is a nice shiny one.
Oh, I love clay marble.
It still doesn't have a pattern on it.
No, but it's lovely and glazed. I really like them. They're so
Yeah.
nice. I like them when they're all glazed and shiny.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And just after that, look. A whole cod marble. So here I've got a knackered one and a not so knackered one. So I have 3 cod marbles, kind of. This one is a bit weird, so maybe just 2. So I've actually had to come down here to hide from the wind because the wind's really picking up now. It's going to be quite blowy this evening, I think. Yeah, on that marbly note, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the video, who have liked the video, left a comment down below. We really like to read all your comments, positive comments and your IDs of things and what you think things are. It's great to read all your comments. And of course, an extra special thank you to our... Wait a minute, I've just forgotten to thank our subscribers as well. To everyone who subscribed, because I'm not sure, but by now we may have hit 100,000 subscribers. I hope we have. My fingers are crossed. Anyway, and an extra special thank you to
our patrons on Patreon, of course, who help to keep us going every month. And keep watching because we're not finished yet. More treasures to come. Okay, down here looks like another bottle stop. And it is. It's whole. And it's pretty. What more do you want? Looks like the bottle diggers have been busy here. And they left me one of my favourite things. And that is a castor. For my castor bead string. Great. I also like this pickle jar. I don't know though. Some nice jars, look. Look at this one. The applied lip on there. The thing is, we have so many of these and just nowhere to keep them anymore. So I might just leave them for someone else.
We've got ourselves another one of these teapot lids. A complete one. And it's really like deep and it's very windy now. The sun's got in and it's got really windy. So yeah, it's like really deep. And it should fit a marmalade jar really nicely. No chips or cracks, so I'm going to take that. And there's lots of bottles actually around here. Look at all of this. Isn't it crazy? And most of these bottles, sauce bottles and jars and everything, they just get left behind. But it's a shame because they're all like over 100 years old on this tip. And I'm sure there's someone out there that could make good use of some of these things. But we can't take everything, alas.
This is actually a really nice little chemist jar. You see the flared lip on there? And that's so they could tie, there'd be a cork, but they'd tie it on with something. And it has actually got something written on the bottom, which I can't read. But no, I really like that, and it's small. So yeah, I'm taking it.
I thought it's a bit of a weird shape there. That's not a little... No way. It's a boar. It's a pig. That's crazy. Last time I found, if you remember, a what are they called? Elephant. I can't believe it. It's like a little piggy. It's very disproportionate. It's got a really tiny body and a really big head. Oh my goodness. I love it though. I love like finding these little clay animals, and this would have been a cake decoration. Yeah, so that was probably a little cake decoration. I don't want to like wipe it on my my leggings too much, because I don't want to like scratch it or rub off any detail, because it's just clay. It's like pipe clay, so it's kind of soft. So I'm gonna wait until we get home and then brush it under the tap with a toothbrush. And it is a boar, because you can actually see the it has little tusks, but we'll show you in more detail when we get back. But yeah, it's got cold now. We stopped to have lunch, and when we started again, the wind picked up and the sun went in, so it's cold and windy now. So that's just weather in the UK for you though. 5 seasons in one day, as they say. 5 seasons? 4. I just added an extra little season in there. Oh goodness, I don't know what I'm talking about.
What is it? Show me.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Is that a pig?
It's a boar.
Oh my god.
It's a boar. Isn't that crazy?
That is so cute.
I
and
love
weird.
it. Isn't it weird? It's like completely disproportionate, isn't it? It's like it's got a really massive head and a tiny body.
I love it though.
It's great, isn't it? I know. I know.
Wow, yeah, that's unusual.
I love it. And hold on, wait, Mum's got something down here. You know what? That looks like something.
Okay, so I've found something here that might be interesting. I'm not sure.
They look like little people.
They look like little people. 2 little people, look. And they are, look. Look at that.
Cute. Oh my goodness. It's like a boy and a girl or something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
sitting next to each other.
Oh, Bumblebee just went past.
Oh, bumblebees are out. Yeah, it's just like it's like 2 little people sitting next to each other. Well, if I show you, you'll be able to see. I don't know what even that is of. It's like they're sitting inside of a bit of blue dish.
I think you could grind that off the bottom so it could like sit flush.
They are whole. It's just the dish thing that's broken. Oh, I like that. That's unusual as well.
That's funny, we've got a weird
A funny boar and 2 little children sitting next to each other.
I'm a bit of a
Oh,
funny
and there's
boar.
this little pot that I just found as well.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? Alex has just found something.
There.
Oh,
That's
a doll's
for you.
cheek.
Yeah.
That's a bit cheek. You've got a bit of a
I've
cheek,
got a bit
Alex.
of a cheek there, haven't I? That's
got
a bit of a cheek.
You've got a bit of a cheek.
You film it.
Okay, I've just seen the bottom of a stoneware bottle, something sticking. Oh, I think it's broken because it's coming out too easily. Yeah. I think it's actually the bottom of a teapot. Oh, now here's one of our favourite finds. I think that's what it is. Yeah. It's a little paint mixing pan. Ceramic paint pan, mixing pan. I love these. We both love these and we use them. So fantastic.
This glass plate would have been something. A basket design. I've forgotten. There's a name for these sort of plates. But you know what? I've completely forgotten. And I think in the background I just heard Mum's just found a little dolly, so I'm very excited to see that. But I've spotted another bit of blue. It's just glass, broken glass. Look at the colour of this bottle. Oh wow, it's huge and it's the most gorgeous colour. Look at that colour. It's a shame it's broken. Jar as well. It's got chips on it. These jars are just so handy for things. They're really, really useful for putting like different collections of finds in, but it's broken. And what's that there? Oh, I have no idea what that is. No idea. Right, let's see Mum's dolly, as she said she's found. Let's have a look.
What?
You found a dolly?
No, a volley.
A volley?
Ran into a hole.
Oh, I thought you said dolly. Oh, you got me all excited.
It's a volley.
Another beady find, I think. It's a tiny little blue bead, a little pony bead. And I also found this. It's a little teacup. Look at that. It's missing its handle, obviously, but it's got no like cracks or anything, and it's got this really nice little pictorial of it looks like two little girls pushing her along on this little wheelchair. That's quite cute. That would actually be really good for putting one of those little mini plant pots in. Or a little succulent or something like that. So I'm going to keep hold of that because it's really cute. It's nice to repurpose the things we find when we can. So yeah.
Okay, so this interesting looking thing here, I think, is the lid of a spittoon. Yeah, so they'd have these in pubs so that people chewing their chewing tobacco could spit it out into a receptacle. Yuck. I would not like the job of emptying and cleaning that, that's for sure.
Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Shadow to make me a Cambridge parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Without no seams, no needles, then she'll be a true love of mine.
Right, so we've got a cod bottle here, look. Can't even read what it says. It's John Reed. Oh yes, I recognise that. Anyway, it is mostly complete. And the cod marble is actually just looking at me there, look. So unfortunately it is broken, so I'm gonna smash the top to get the marble out. And Mum's actually found a cod. Oh, it was whole.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
we found a whole cod bottle here.
Yeah, we've got a complete. Mum's found a complete cod marble bottle, the whole thing.
But
It's got a massive chip out of it there, so that's why they've left it, obviously. But I'm going to smash this one to get the marble out. So we've got to find a rock because we can't really smash it on this soft ground, can we? Oh, some
watch
brick.
your eyes. Close your eyes.
Alright, so we haven't got any safety glasses, so we're just going to have to look away. So you'll see, but I'm not going to be able to see this. No, I'm actually breaking the brick apart. So we're going to need something to hit the bottle with against the brick. Made of really, really thick glass, so nothing like modern like pop bottles today. I've got another brick here. We can lie it down on that brick and then hit it with the other one. Look at that. It's like an operating table for the cod marble. Okay, right, look away everyone, look away. There we go. That did the trick, but where's the cod marble? Oh no. Oh no, did you see where it went? Oh no. Okay, there's a bit down here. Oh wait, what's that there?
That's it.
There it is. Oh, there we go. It's just a plain cod marble. Some of these are actually green, these cod marbles, but this is just your regular cod marble. Mum's got a knobble pipe here. We love a good knobble pipe, don't we?
Yeah.
We're knobble pipe fans.
Nice knobbly pipe.
So I found a nice little group of things here. I like this bit of glass, but I think it's quite sick. It's like kind of like beveled around the edge. It's probably like a little mirror or a picture frame. Yeah, might be able to polish it, as Mum says. And this little glass pot, which I really like, actually, and that is really useful. Actually, wait a minute. It's got a big crack in it. See that? Okay. Not that then. And this, another glass stopper. And this, which unfortunately has some big cracks in it, so I'm not sure about that. And the cod bottle. Should we take this? Or no? Or leave it for someone who does want it?
There's a massive lid here. Well, massive compared to our pots. I wonder if we have got a pot that would fit on. Don't know. Might take it and see.
Mum's just spotted another stopper. It's quite a nice one. It's kind of like rounded on the top, look.
Yeah, it's like domed.
Like domed. Yeah, that's unusual. They're not usually like that. So we're going to leave this. We're not going to break it. We're going to leave this cod bottle here for someone who might want it. Because although it has a chip on the lip, it's relatively complete. And we're going to leave these things behind. I think that's a bit sick. And this might have a chip, but it's got a big crack in it as well. This plant pot, otherwise I would have taken that as well. So yeah, gonna leave those here. I thought I'd go back and come and have another look at them. But also found this cod mob on the way for my efforts. But yeah, we're gonna leave these to rest in peace here for someone else to have a look at.
And here are our finds all cleaned up once again.
Yeah.
And we had another fantastic day at the rubbish dump.
We did, and you know what? I think I've got something very specifically good for making things with, actually,
Yeah.
that I'm working on right now, but I'll talk about that in a second. But where are we going to start? Because we've got lots.
Shall we start at the pipes again briefly? Just another lovely array
There is,
of
isn't there?
unusual pipes. This one's got the little dog's head on.
Yeah.
I found one the other week which had a broken dog's head, but that one's kind of fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this lovely knobbly one, of course. And this one, I've never found one like this, with the crisscrosses all over it.
No, that's a first.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about a few finds here in a little bit more depth. And the first one is in the middle here. And it's this little gauge that Mum found.
Yeah, as you can see, it kind of disintegrated. So all we're
Yeah.
left with is the glass.
It did.
The bit of paper, miraculously, has a bit of paper and cardboard and
Yeah.
another bit of cardboard from the back, have survived.
I know, it's
How?
incredible.
How did they survive?
It's been protected within that little casing, that little alloy casing. But yeah, we've got some information on this, which is actually really interesting because there's some like initials on here.
Yeah, it says GC and Co. N, and this was George Carrette in Nuremberg in Germany. And George Carrette was born in France in 1862, and he moved to Germany as a supplier for the toy manufacturer Bing. And this must have inspired him to create his own toys, because he designed an electrically powered toy tram and took it to the World Columbian Exposition in Chicago in America in 1893.
Oh.
This proved such a hit that he was able to start designing his own range of toys. And these included steam-powered and clockwork trains, automobiles, ships, aeroplanes. He did everything.
Wow, we've got a toy maker.
He also made model steam engines and water pumps. and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I think he was really a
Yeah.
steampunk king.
He's like a toy maker and a mad inventor kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Can you imagine his workshop? It's like a steampunk
Yeah.
haven. And actually, we've got a picture of him in his workshop right here. So this little gauge, we think, is from one of his little miniature steam engines or steam water pumps,
Yeah.
which I have a picture of also. So such a small find with so much history. Who knew, you know?
That's crazy that you can find a little gauge, and then we found out about this like
Yeah, and when you see the
toy maker, this inventor. It's crazy.
when you see the picture of his workshop with the ladies all working there, it's amazing to think that that was actually there.
Yeah, it is. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So, what do you think this was a gauge of?
Well, I think, like I said,
Specifically.
was off one of the steam engines.
Steam engine.
Little
yeah.
miniature steam engine.
It says one. It has all sorts of calculation.
It has
symbols
some strange
on here.
scientific symbols on there, but
don't
I
know
think
what they
that
mean.
was to measure the steam pressure, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what a cool little find, and it's so
Yeah.
cool that
And I'm going to
It
attempt
survived
to
as well.
clean it up a little bit more, maybe, or not clean it up, just flatten it out and make it
Yeah.
into a pendant.
you could set it behind the glass
Yeah.
of the
And
gauge
put a silver bezel around it.
instead of the
The ultimate
copper one.
steampunk jewellery
Yeah.
actually came from a steampunk workshop.
that actually came from a steam boiler. So Busman's is at the window, so
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to pause and let Paul Busman's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bosoms
The
McGee.
birds want to get to the bird food, and Busman's is blocking them, so...
Yeah, I think she's sitting there for a reason.
Yeah.
And so we found quite a variety of marbles, and we're going to talk about these because we have some quite interesting information.
Yeah, we do.
Because we have the clay marbles, the cod marbles, this little marble, and a marble still in its bottleneck. So in Scotland, marbles, as in the game of marbles, were called boules. Whoops, you dropped your boule.
I dropped my bowl.
And the clay marbles were called the stunks, Stunks, and were of lower value in the game than the glass marbles, which were called glessies.
Glessies.
So you know, glessies were your prized marbles, and the clay ones were, I think, there was 4 to the value of 1 glass one,
Yeah.
something
So
like
we're
that.
not talking about cod marbles when it comes to glessies. But we're talking
more
about
these. Yeah.
these marbles, which were probably a lot more expensive as well than than the clay ones.
And this one here, I think Alex found out something about.
Yeah, so this is, like we've mentioned before, a handmade German marble. These were made, as it suggests, in Germany. And they were handmade, and we've explained how they were made as well in the past. But this style is called an onion skin because it's got lots of these really thin layers. And you can see the pontle mark on that side. And yeah, it's a handmade little marble. And look how tiny it is. So this is, I think, the teensiest German marble we found.
Yeah, we thought it was a peewee.
It could count as a peewee, but this is the other smallest marble we found. We thought that's the smallest they get,
Yeah.
but this is even smaller. So I found some people calling the ones that are even smaller
Itty bitty.
bitties. Yeah, itty bitties or peewees. Some
That's cute.
still call them peewees, the smallest marbles,
Yeah.
but this is even smaller than the peewee. So yeah, I'm going to call that an itty bitty.
And it's amazing that it's still intact, because so often we find these and they're just shattered, you know.
And it's funny how the smallest ones we've got here seem to be the ones that are in the best condition.
Yeah.
The bigger they get, the
Maybe
worse
there's
the condition.
less stress on the glass if they're smaller. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, but they've survived. So that's a nice little addition to the marble collection, isn't it?
Fantastic, yeah. So also marbles were put inside of kettles to descale them. The old iron kettle that would be on the hob permanently all day, boiling away.
Yeah.
They'd get limescale in them, so they put a marble in, and as it boiled, the marble bounced around inside and collected the limescale and kept it knocked off the sides.
Yeah.
And this is what Alex found.
Yeah, so if you remember, there was this like crusty, like a white coating on this marble. And I sort of started picking it off, and it kind of just started flaking off. And we think that's now what this actually is.
Yeah.
And see how it's completely knackered? It's full of cracks, and the surface is just, well, look at it compared to the others as well. We think that's just pouring the cold water into the kettle. Every time you refill the kettle from the boiling water.
Yeah, it would be heating up to boiling point
And then cooling down
very quickly. Yeah.
And so it's absolutely just...
Yeah. So that's interesting.
knackered the marble.
I mean, it looks like a horrible old marble, but when you think of the history behind how it got like that, it's interesting.
Now it's suddenly interesting. It's not just a dead cod marble, but it's got history. So I think, we don't often talk about our cod marbles and clay marbles. But another little bit of information we found out actually about the cod marbles themselves, as I took one here. You saw us obviously break one out of the broken bottle, but I've kept this one enclosed in its glassy prison. Because in the north of England, cod marbles, when used in a game of marbles, were referred to as bottle washers. So we have a name for these playing cod marbles now.
Bottle washers.
They were called bottle washers when used as marbles, like playing marbles. In their natural use, they're actually stoppers. So the bottle was filled upside down like that, and the aerated water, fizzy pop, whatever, was, filled in from the bottom, from upside down. And then, of course, there's a washer in there, the rubber washer, which was was in this groove, but it's shrunk and come out now. But and it would push the cod marble, gravity and the pressure in the bottle.
The gases in the aerated water. Yeah.
So the cod marble would sit at the bottom against the rubber seal, and
it would stay there when it was upright.
Yeah.
With the pressure. So.
And to open it, you'd push the marble back inside.
Yeah, there were specially made openers that you pushed in to open your cod.
Yeah. So we do get a lot of comments about what cod marbles are. So we thought we'd because it's been a while since we've talked about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth for you viewers to sort of explain it again, isn't it?
And having said that, we have covered a lot of history of our finds over the years. So if you are interested in the history of our finds, please do go back and watch some of our old videos because we really have covered things quite comprehensively.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so a honourable mention, I think we'll just quickly mention this little thing here.
Yeah, fascinating.
And it is actually, as I thought it was, a buckle. And Mum knew what this was actually, again, when I showed her. This is a buckle for a sword belt, but it's a toy version.
Yeah.
So it's a child's toy version. It probably came with like a kid's uniform, soldier's uniform,
little sword
with its little this is made out of the same stuff as the little lead toys that we find.
It's base metal. It's some sort of lead alloy, which could not have been used on an adult sword belt. It wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. So it would have had a little loop on this side, and there would have been a matching one over here, and probably a snake in between
to hold both sides together. So we've actually found the original snakes.
Yeah.
We need to find an adult version now, and they were made of like a copper alloy, and they were you said they were
sometimes gilded.
Yeah. So this is the toy version. I really want to cast this actually in silver because I love the corroded vibe.
I do. I love the way that's
So I may or may not film me making this really quickly and show you right now. So this is a great little find. I think it's really cute. So yeah,
I love it.
Oh, and almost forgot as well, one of my favourite finds, actually probably my favourite find of today, is this little boar. And I love how he's so stumpy, isn't he?
I know, yeah.
He's so stumpy, and he's so he's got this massive head and this tiny body, but strangely, he's got this hole in his derriere. We're not sure why.
Maybe it was a brush.
So we're thinking, were there maybe animal hair
bristles,
in there, bristles?
Boar.
Yeah,
boar hair.
Boar hair, like boar Brussels. Brussels? No, that's
boar Brussels.
No, that's not Brussels. That's I mean, bristles to look like a little tail, you know, on the boar, to look like the boar's tail. But obviously they've
funnily,
rotted away.
last week we found an elephant.
Yeah, which is in the window there. Look, that's all.
And they're very similar
Effalump.
type of thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
They,
different clays though. Our elephant, Effalump, is made out of porcelain. This is not. This is made out of a earthenware,
like pipe clay.
Yeah, it's like pipe clay. Look how similar it is, like the texture.
Yeah,
you can see for yourself, can't you?
Certainly pipe clay, I'd say.
So, an intriguing little find. We're not 100% about this hole. But it's some sort of toy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's some sort of children's cheap little penny toy, I reckon.
Once again, from a Christmas cracker or something like
that. From a street seller or something like that. It could be from a number of things, but I love it anyway.
I do.
My favourite find.
So finally, we want to talk about another very unassuming looking thing, and that is this little bone washer. We found so many of these before, and we worked out what they were. They're actually off pacifiers and feeding bottles.
Yeah.
But the difference with this one is it actually had a name on it. It's very difficult to see, and it did take us ages.
I was literally sitting there for an hour with a magnifying glass and getting my torch and moving around.
Alex finally figured out the very last word that we couldn't figure out. Anyway, we have come up with
some really interesting information.
Yes.
Well, Mum has.
This bone washer says Cartwright's patent holdfast union, and it was word holdfast that we couldn't get.
And union kind of naturally came after when we found out what it was.
So A.S. Cartwright Limited were manufacturers of the holdfast pacifiers and teething pads, soothers, bottle unions and patent food regulators. And they were at Ford Street in Hockley in Birmingham. So it became quite an industry, a little business of its own. But Aaron Smith Cartwright was born in Birmingham in 1855. And he had his own business as a stamper and piercer, and I think that was in the tin plate industry. So this was he branched out, you know. And in 1871, his occupations listed as patentee and manufacturer. So he patented. Patented. We'll cut that out. He patented. I said it wrong. He patented a lot of things. And it seems inventing was one of his passions because he took out several patents. One being, more of them being a pneumatic tyre repair patch, a ventilator for hats, caps and other articles.
What on earth is that?
And attachment treads for boots. And now Aaron was a keen sportsman, and he also had 3 daughters. So I think whenever he came up against a problem, he came up with a solution by inventing something for it. So his 3 daughters, he would have obviously thought, that pacifier or dummy or baby's bottle is not safe. I'm going to come up with a safe...
Maybe there was a close call and his daughter one of his daughters nearly choked.
Or he read something in the newspaper about children choking on these.
He invented a safer pacifier.
And also with being a sportsman, the other inventions, they come into play as well, like a tyre patch because he was into cycling.
That is so...
the attachment tread for boots, he was a footballer.
Yeah.
And, caps and hat ventilators would come into sports as well.
What's a hat ventilator? I have no idea what hat ventilator is supposed to be, but...
I think they're on hats now, the little patch with, where air
to
can get in.
airflow to your head. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Poor Aaron, he died suddenly when he was 48. But it said in the newspapers he left troops of friends to mourn him, so he's a very popular man. He's also had an interest in Aston Villa Football Club, which is a big club now. And he was a shareholder when that company turned into a limited company.
Oh, really?
First turned into a limited company, yeah.
So I think Aaron was a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He came across a problem and he invented a solution,
Yeah.
He was well liked, well loved by his friends and community, and he just seems like a really cool guy, doesn't he?
Sounds like he had a very active interesting life.
Yeah, he
in his
does.
short life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I cannot find any pictures of him
No,
anywhere.
that is a
He's
real
one of these
shame.
people in history who have just disappeared into oblivion.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no pictures. There probably is some pictures out there.
Well, maybe a family has a
Yeah,
picture somewhere.
who knows? But yeah, it's a shame we don't have one to show you. But
Yeah.
that is really cool. And you know what? Isn't it strange? We've got another inventor on our hands.
Yes.
We've got 2 inventors
Yeah.
here. And that's really a weird coincidence.
Well, all sorts of inventors. Hiram Card, who invented the cod neck bottle as well.
Yeah, 2 in stories, though, like of inventors
yeah.
that you've told today.
So we really have had a great mudlark this week.
We have.
And found some very interesting finds. It's had us intrigued anyway. Many hours of research.
Some of this took us a long time, actually, with the washer. Yeah, and
It's funny though, when we want
And
to
the
know
gauge.
something, we just don't give up until we find out.
I know, it's like, I will find out what's written on that washer, whether it kills me. I'm so glad we got to the end of it, because I love the story about Aaron.
Yeah.
This inventor, this guy.
Businessman, inventor. He started out working for his father, actually.
Yeah.
Who was a tool maker.
Yeah.
And he was an assistant tool maker. So he seems to have done it all,
yeah.
from an early age.
Maybe that's where he's got it from, his father, if he was
Yeah.
making tools, you
Yeah.
know? He's got that, it's come through the
I
family.
think tool makers made the tools for, factories
Yeah.
where they did things on lathes and things
Oh,
like that.
okay. Yeah. And I just love the little collection of little, like, tiny finds we've got at the front here.
Yeah, I
But
do.
anyway, it's
And a
been a
leg.
great week. And a leg! I can't forget a leg. I think it's been a great week, and we hope you've enjoyed it as well. It's not just we've enjoyed, like, doing all this, all this research and history. And we hope to see you again next
Next week.
Bye!